Welcome back to Sports Showtime. I'm now joined in the studio by Sports Showtime reporters Hunter Hall and Mark Talley. Welcome to the show today, guys.
How's it going, Mary Claire?
Great. All right, well, as we talked about earlier, the LSU baseball team's season starts tomorrow night. Big-time things planned for the opening of the new Alex Box Stadium. Now, the team is ranked #1 in the nation and has 5 All-Americans. But, Mark, tell me, how do you see them replacing former All-American first baseman Matt Clark?
Well, Mary Claire, despite the huge loss of first baseman Matt Clark to the major leagues, LSU is returning 7 offensive starters, led by none other than 2008 All-American Blake Dean. Dean may have hit 8 fewer home runs than Clark, but the junior had 11 more RBI. This is an experienced lineup that combines speed in Jared Mitchell and Leon Landry and power in Dean and Ryan Schimpf. With all that talent on offense for the Tigers this year, you need to look to the mound for the trouble.
Okay, well, the team definitely sounds loaded, but Hunter, none of those 5 All-Americans are pitchers, so do you see the pitching staff holding back the team this year?
Mary Claire, the only thing that's going to hold these Tigers back is a big head. Baseball America may not have designated any of these pitchers as preseason All-Americans, but that just saves these guys from having that target on their back. Maneri has stated himself that this pitching staff is controlling the scrimmages and the pickup games and practices. Considering how good this LSU team can hit, that's an accomplishment. Look for senior Lewis Coleman to take over relief pitching as the 3 sophomores step up to the starting rotation in Austin Ross, Anthony Renato, and Daniel Bradshaw. The experience these pitchers gained in last year's postseason run is going to take these guys a long way. If you're looking for a weak spot on the mound, Mark, the mound is the wrong place to look.
Well, a lot of talent on this team, but we won't know how far that talent takes them until April, which is a long way away, but I still got to ask you guys for your predictions. Hunter, tell it to me straight. Where do you see the team going this season?
Well, from the fans' perspective, considering the history of LSU baseball, anything less than another trip to Omaha is going to be a bad season. But that's the fans. With the talent this team has, I think the Tigers should be disappointed in themselves if they aren't playing in Rosenblatt Stadium this June. They returned 7 of 9 position starters, and those bats are going to make people think twice before driving down Nicholson when the Tigers are in town. I'm going to go ahead and say SEC title, home regional, and super regional, then a return trip to Omaha if Maneri can keep these Tigers focused 1 game at a time. That's how they're going to get it done, Mark.
All right, Hunter. Well, no doubt last year is one that will go down in LSU history, but that's what it is, history. This year's team is the favorite in the conference, but it's a lot tougher to be successful when the target is squarely on your back. The Tigers should win the SEC, but only 8 teams make it to Omaha each year. I doubt LSU will be one of them.
All right, well, moving away from the baseball diamond, the NFL Combine started yesterday, so 9 former Tigers headed out to Indianapolis. Mark, tell me, who do you think has the most to lose in these workouts?
Well, Mary Claire, I think it has to be Derry Beckwith. After last year's poor performance from LSU linebacker Ali Highsmith, Beckwith needs to go above and beyond to impress the scouts. Beckwith also needs to show NFL personnel that he is healthy after he sat out several games last season. Beckwith's toughness and closing speed are definitely pluses, but all that goes away if he doesn't show up this weekend.
Okay, well, Beckwith has a lot of pressure on him, but Hunter, tell me, what former LSU great do you think has the most to gain at the Combine this weekend?
Well, I got to go with a guy that I felt sorry for this whole season, Birdman. The student section favorite, Demetrius Byrd, saw a dramatic decrease from his stats a year ago, and that blame can be placed solely on the shoulders of the LSU quarterbacks. It's no secret he has the skills to be a big-time receiver, but the lackluster performance by the quarterbacks throwing his way last year really hurt his stats and possibly his draft potential. No doubt he'll be drafted, but he could have easily been first-rounder if he would have had a steady arm thrown to him. Birdman really needs to have a perfect performance at the Combine to be a second-rounder, but could be a first-round pick if he hits the right 40 time.
Well, we look to see big performance out of all of our former Tigers out there. Thanks for coming in today, guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, it's time for another commercial break, but when we come back, we'll have your intramural action from last night. Stay tuned. This is Sports Showtime on Tiger TV.
Welcome back to Sports Showtime. Well, it's the final week of the regular season for intramural basketball at the Rec.
Students played their hearts out trying to give their team one last boost before the playoffs. Let's take you to the highlights.
In our first game of the night, it was Sigma Chi A versus Lambda Chi A. Sigma Chi gets the scoring started with a nice post move leading to the jump shot. Sigma Chi then takes the ball from in the court to end of the court. But the layup looks easy, but I bet it was harder than he made it look right there. Lambda Chi is not to be outdone, comes down, leading the fast break with a nice chest pass. For the easy layup, I thought it was a travel, but the refs saw it a little differently. Lambda Chi then comes back when their play hits this nice Kobe Bryant-like fadeaway in the lane for 2 points. They would score enough points in the end and come out on top with the score 51-31.
For the second game in the evening, Pi Kappa Phi taking on SE. Look at this long 3 from the outside, and he banks it. I don't know if he called that.
He didn't call it.
But he is pretty excited about it. Coming back down the court, they go with the football pass for the easy layup, but SAE is going to look to fight back still as they come down the court. He passes to a man under the goal, so his partner takes it in for the baby jumper in the lane. SAE again, they're going to, with the long pass across the court, he's going to go for the shot, and, oh, maybe it was a pass for the score. They're going to go on to win 64-51.
Now for scores from the rest of the night. It was two close games at 7 o'clock, with Kappa Sigma B getting the win over Pi Sig and SAEB getting the W over Lambda Chi B.
The Phi-Psi Freeballers didn't ball for free last night as they lost to Sigma Alpha Mu 37-32. Another score of narrow margin, Kappa Sigma C beat Delta Chi 33-31.
Phi Kappa Psi didn't feel like playing last night as they forfeited to Kappa Sigma A. The law school studied up on their basketball physics as they scored the biggest win of the night over Alpha Gamma Rho 43-26. In a final battle of the frats, Phi Delta Theta took the victory over Acacia A 47-43. Although the Tiger TV intramural teams finished the season winless, there were some big wins for the LSU Athletics that happened this past week.
Today we salute two of those players who helped lead their teams to victory. Here are your top athletes of the week.
Our female athlete of the week is senior gymnast Ashley Claire Kearney. At the win against Alabama last Friday, ACK took first in the vault and floor events. Her 100th career title came with the winning of the all-around title at the meet. ACK is currently ranked 4th in the national all-around standing.
Our male athlete of the week is senior center Chris Johnson. The 6'11 Johnson has been a steady contributor for the Tigers this season. Last night at Arkansas, he put up solid numbers with 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 blocks.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at LSU Sports Showtime. You can catch the rebroadcast of this show on Tiger TV tonight at 6:30.
Or if you're off campus, you can catch us on Cox Channel 4 at 11:30 and WBTR Channel 19 at midnight. You can also check us out on the web at www.tigertv.tv.
From all of us here at Sports Showtime, have a great day and a fun and safe Mardi Gras.
Into the livest game coverage around. I'm talking LSU sports, Showtime in the towns. Get the scoop on the ball and sneak peek on the track. Key in on the field when them Tigers attack. In fact, you get it back a few times a week. But it starts on Tuesday, third day of the week. They're beasts when they broadcast, increase like